Have you ever poured your heart into helping someone only to be stabbed in the back? You gave them your time, your trust, your kindness, yet in return you got betrayal, lies, and pain. Maybe it was a friend, a partner, or even a family member. It happens to the best of us, and when it does, it shakes you to the core. I remember a time when I helped someone who was struggling, offered them everything I could, but instead of gratitude, I got deception. Instead of appreciation, I got used. And the worst part, I started questioning my own goodness. If you've ever felt this way, then this video is for you. Today, we're talking about what to do when your goodness is met with evil. Because the truth is, how you handle this moment determines your future. Will you let it break you, or will you rise above? Before we dive in, if you find this topic powerful, make sure to like this video and subscribe, because here we discuss the truths that most people are afraid to face. Now, let's get into it. 1. Accept the harsh reality. Evil exists. Let's face the brutal truth. Not everyone in this world has a heart like yours. Not everyone sees kindness as something to cherish and reciprocate. Some see it as an opportunity to take advantage of you. Some thrive on manipulation, deception, and using others for their own gain. And the most painful part? These people often disguise themselves as friends, lovers, family members, or even those who claim to need your help. You may believe that doing good always brings good in return. You may have been taught that kindness will always be rewarded. But life is not a fairy tale. In reality, the world is made up of both light and darkness, good and evil. There are people who appreciate goodness, and there are those who see it as a weakness to be exploited. The sooner you accept this, the stronger you become. Think about it. How many times have you gone out of your way for someone, expecting nothing but at least a bit of gratitude in return, only to be met with betrayal, lies, or indifference? How many times have you stood by someone in their worst moments, but the moment you needed them, they vanished? And the worst part, these same people will turn around and paint you as the villain when you finally stand up for yourself. It's cruel, it's unfair, but it's real. There are individuals in this world who don't just use people, they enjoy doing it. They see kindness as an opportunity, not a virtue. These people don't lose sleep over how they hurt others. They don't feel guilt when they deceive or manipulate. In fact, they feel empowered by it. They see your goodness as your weakness, your empathy as your Achilles heel. But here's the key. You can't control how others behave, but you can control how you respond. You can either continue living in denial, expecting good from those who have proven their evil intentions, or you can wake up. You can choose to be strong. Because once you recognize that not everyone deserves your kindness, once you stop expecting people to be like you, you become untouchable. Evil exists. Manipulative people exist. Users, liars, betrayers, they exist. But you don't have to be their victim. The moment you accept this harsh reality, you stop feeling helpless. You stop blaming yourself. And most importantly, you stop giving your goodness to the wrong people. Second, stop expecting good in return. One of the deepest wounds you will ever experience comes not from giving too much, but from expecting that same goodness in return. This is where most people break. This is where the pain starts. The pain of realizing that the love, kindness, and effort you poured into others was never truly valued. You give your time, your loyalty, your energy, believing that the universe will balance it out. You assume that the people you help will remember your sacrifices, that they will stand by you the way you stood by them. But the harsh reality, it doesn't always work that way. Let me ask you, how many times have you been there for someone only to be discarded the moment they didn't need you anymore? How many times have you helped someone get through their struggles, thinking they would appreciate you forever, only to watch them walk away as if you never existed? Maybe you went out of your way for a friend, a family member, or even a partner. You stayed up late comforting them, you supported them when no one else did. And yet, when it was your turn to need a shoulder to lean on, they were nowhere to be found. And this is where most people make the mistake that ruins them. They start questioning themselves. Was I not good enough? Did I do something wrong? Why do I always get hurt when all I do is help? But let me tell you something. It's not you. It's your expectations that are hurting you. The hard truth? Doing good doesn't guarantee good outcomes. You could pour your soul into someone and they might still betray you. You could save someone from drowning and they might still pull you down with them. You could dedicate years to a relationship, to a friendship, to a cause, and still be left with nothing but disappointment. Some people will take everything you give them and never look back. So what's the solution? Do good, but stop expecting a reward. Stop expecting loyalty. Stop expecting appreciation. Instead, do good because it aligns with who you are. Be kind because it's your nature, not because you want something in return. Because when you start living this way, something changes inside you. Betrayal no longer breaks you. Unappreciation no longer surprises you. You become untouchable, unshakable. You realize that no amount of evil can turn you into them, because your goodness is not a transaction. It's a reflection of your strength. 3. Set boundaries. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Let me tell you something that might save you years of heartbreak. Kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. Being a good person doesn't mean you should let people walk all over you. Being kind doesn't mean you have to tolerate disrespect, betrayal, or being used. If you don't learn this, you will keep giving until you have nothing left, and the ones you gave everything to, they won't even look back. Have you ever noticed that the people who take the most from you are the ones who give the least? They always need your help, your time, your energy, but when you need them, silence. They make excuses, they disappear. And if you ever stop giving, they get angry. Why? Because they never truly valued you. They only valued what they could take from you. And here's where most people make the biggest mistake. They refuse to set boundaries. They tell themselves, maybe they'll change. Maybe if I just give a little more, they'll finally appreciate me. But guess what? They won't. In fact, the more you give to ungrateful people, the less they respect you. They start expecting your kindness like it's their right. They start demanding it like you owe them something. And before you know it, you've become their doormat. So what's the solution? Set boundaries. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Not everyone deserves your time. If someone repeatedly repays your goodness with evil, cut them off. Stop making excuses for them. Stop justifying their behavior. If someone shows you, time and time again, that they don't appreciate you, believe them. Learn to say no. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to your kindness. You are not responsible for fixing everyone's problems. Stop overgiving to ungrateful people. If someone never reciprocates, never values what you do for them, stop giving. Recognize when someone is only taking from you without giving anything back. If a relationship, whether friendship, family, or romance, is always one-sided, walk away. Your kindness is valuable. It is a gift, not an obligation. And if you keep giving it to people who don't deserve it, you will drain yourself until there's nothing left. The strongest people are not just kind, they know when to stop. 4. Strengthen yourself. Be good, but not weak. There is a huge difference between being good and being weak. And if you don't understand this, you will keep getting hurt. You will keep allowing people to take advantage of you, mistreat you, and drain you until there's nothing left. Because in this world, if you are good without being strong, you become prey. Have you ever wondered why the kindest people often suffer the most? Why do the most loyal ones get betrayed? Why do the most giving hearts get broken? It's not because kindness is a weakness, it's because too many people don't know how to protect it. Weakness is when you let people use you, knowing they'll do it again. Weakness is when you keep trusting the same liar, the same manipulator, hoping they'll change. Weakness is when you refuse to walk away from toxic situations because you're afraid of being alone. But let me tell you something. If you keep choosing weakness over strength, you will lose yourself. So how do you protect yourself? How do you stay good without being weak? First, learn from betrayal, but don't become bitter. Betrayal is one of the most painful experiences a person can go through. It shakes you. It makes you question everything, your choices, your trust, even your own worth. But here's what separates the strong from the weak. The weak let betrayal turn them into something they're not. They let pain turn into bitterness, into hatred. But the strong? They learn. They take the pain and turn it into wisdom. They recognize the red flags next time. They don't shut down their heart, but they do protect it. Second, develop emotional resilience. The world is cruel. There will be moments when people let you down, when life feels unfair, when you wonder why bad things happen to good people. And in those moments, you have a choice: break down or rise up. Emotional resilience is your shield. It means no matter how many times life knocks you down, you get back up. You don't let the pain control you. You don't let someone's betrayal define your future. Third, surround yourself with people who value you. You are not meant to suffer alone. If you are constantly around people who drain you, disrespect you, or take advantage of you, it's time to change your circle. Find people who value your kindness, not those who exploit it. Find people who give as much as they take. Because the truth is, the people around you shape your reality. If you are always surrounded by users, liars, and manipulators, you will never feel at peace. Choose wisely. Fourth, don't let one bad experience change who you are. Let it make you wiser. The biggest mistake you can make is letting one bad person make you believe that everyone is the same. One betrayal doesn't mean love isn't real. One fake friend doesn't mean all friendships are worthless. One painful experience doesn't mean you should stop being kind. The difference between weak people and strong people is simple. The weak allow pain to destroy them. The strong allow it to teach them. At the end of the day, strength doesn't mean becoming cold, ruthless, or shutting down your emotions. Strength means protecting your goodness, standing up for yourself, and never allowing the wrong people to break you. Be good, but never be weak. Be kind, but never be blind. Because a strong heart is not just one that loves, it is one that refuses to be destroyed. 5. Trust actions, not words. If there's one lesson that will save you from heartbreak, betrayal, and disappointment, it's this: never trust words, trust actions. People will tell you everything you want to hear. They'll say, "I appreciate you." They'll say, "I would never hurt you." They'll promise loyalty, honesty, and respect. But here's the hard truth. Words are easy. Words are cheap. Anyone can say anything. But what do their actions show you? That's what truly matters. Have you ever had someone tell you they value you, but when you needed them, they were nowhere to be found? Have you ever been promised loyalty, only to be stabbed in the back when you least expected it? How many times have people spoken beautifully but acted cruelly? This is how deception works. Users and manipulators know that words are their best weapon. They will make you believe in their lies so that they can keep taking from you. But here's where people go wrong. They ignore the red flags. They forgive lies, thinking it was just a small mistake. They make excuses for people who constantly disappoint them. They ignore their gut feeling, believing that if someone says they care, it must be true. But here's what you must understand. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. If they lie once, they'll lie again. A person who truly respects you will not deceive you, not even once. A liar doesn't stop lying. They just get better at hiding it. If they use you once, they'll use you again. Someone who sees you as an opportunity, not a person, will continue to take advantage of you for as long as you allow it. If they disrespect you once, they'll do it again. Someone who truly cares about you will not risk losing you by treating you poorly. So what's the solution? Observe people. Don't get blinded by their words. Don't let emotions cloud your judgment. Trust patterns, not promises. If someone constantly disappoints you, it's not an accident, it's a pattern. If someone keeps hurting you, they are making a choice. And if you continue to believe in words instead of actions, you are choosing to be deceived. But here's the good news. Not everyone is like this. Not everyone is out to hurt you. There are good people in this world, people who will value your kindness, respect your trust, and appreciate your presence in their life. But you will never find them if you keep wasting your time on the wrong people. So be cautious, but don't be afraid. Learn to walk away from those who deceive you, and when the right people come into your life, you won't have to question their loyalty, because their actions will prove it. 6. Protect your peace. Walk away without guilt. There will come a moment in your life when you stand at a crossroads. Continue allowing toxic people to drain your soul, or finally choose yourself and walk away. And this, right here, is where so many people suffer. Not because they don't see the truth, not because they don't recognize the pain they're enduring, but because they feel guilty for leaving. Society teaches us that we must be patient, that we must endure, that we must always see the good in people. But what happens when your patience is destroying you? What happens when your endurance is breaking you? What happens when seeing the good in people means ignoring the pain they're causing you? Let me tell you something that might set you free. You don't owe anyone unlimited chances. You don't owe them your peace. You don't owe them your energy. You don't owe them your sanity. Because here's the reality. If someone keeps repaying your kindness with cruelty, if they drain your energy, if they make you question your own worth, they do not deserve a place in your life. And the most dangerous thing you can do is keep hoping they will change. Because they won't. If they were capable of change, they would have changed the first time they saw you hurting. They wouldn't have needed a second chance, or a third, or a 10th. They wouldn't have watched you suffer and done nothing. But I get it. Walking away feels hard. It feels like giving up. It feels like failure. It feels like you're betraying your own heart. But listen to me. Walking away is not weakness. It is power. Weak people stay in toxic situations, convincing themselves that things will magically improve. Strong people recognize when enough is enough. Strong people realize that they are not obligated to sacrifice their peace for someone who has no intention of valuing it. Let me make this clear. You don't have to stay in friendships where you are constantly being used. You don't have to keep proving your worth to someone who refuses to see it. You don't have to keep explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You don't have to keep fixing relationships that are built on lies, manipulation, and selfishness. You don't have to keep setting yourself on fire to keep someone else warm, because the moment you finally decide to walk away from toxic people, your life will change, your mind will be clearer, your heart will be lighter, and most importantly, you will finally have space for the right people to enter your life. Because as long as you hold on to those who drain you, you are shutting out those who would actually value you. So stop feeling guilty for choosing yourself. Stop apologizing for protecting your peace. The people who truly love you will never put you in a position where you have to destroy yourself to keep them happy. At the end of the day, Your happiness, your mental health, and your energy are worth more than any toxic relationship. So don't be afraid to walk away, because when you finally let go of the wrong people, the right people will find you. So what do you do when your goodness is met with evil? You rise above it, you become smarter, you protect your energy, but most importantly, you don't let the evil of others turn you into them. Drop a comment if you've ever experienced this. Let's talk about it. And if this message spoke to you, hit the like button and subscribe for more powerful truths. Remember, your kindness is your strength, but only if you protect it wisely.